let's talk a little bit about the Catholics. Until now, we said that the first initiative for change and for people to come from outside to help the people inside were the Protestants, right? We talked about the Anglicans, we talked about the Germans, but there were also the Catholics and the Greek Orthodox. And just like the Germans and the English, also the Catholic started to open a hospital inside of the old city, mostly at the same time like the Germans, but it was inside of the city. It was in the Catholic area. Now, the French actually became responsible for all the Christians in the Holy Land in the 16th century. They had a deal with the Ottomans, and they said, "Don't worry, we'll be responsible for them for all of the Christians." However, in the 18th century, the Russians really didn't like that, because in the old city there were also Greek Orthodox, and Greek Orthodox had nothing to do with the Catholic, with the French. You know, they're two different breads. They eat different things. So while the French were responsible for the Catholic Christians in the old city, the Russians became, the Russians became responsible for the Greek Orthodox. So we already have two different nations here meddling in the local affairs. Now they want to do it, you know, they want to show their power. How do they do it? Through their religion, okay? The more you help your religious group, the more powerful they are. So the French helped the Catholic, even though the Catholic priests were sometimes Spanish, sometimes Italian, sometimes French, you know, but they helped them. They were their backwind, you can say, and the Russian were the backwind of the Greek Orthodox. Oh, I thought he wanted to say something. No. In the year 76, this young boy, young nice man, Count, I have to say, Marie-Paul Amadin de Villiers. I'm sure I didn't do it in the right French accent, but sorry, I'm not French. De Villiers, I will call it from now De Villiers. Anyone French here?
No. Un peu.
Want me to read the name?
Maybe to do it with a French accent sounds much better. No? Marie-Paul Amadin de Villiers. No?
Marie Amada
Filia.
It's in Hebrew.
Never mind. Anyway, Marie-Paul Amadin de Villiers, okay, that's how we're going to call him, de Villiers, comes here with his mother. He is a very religious Catholic, and he comes here with his mother. It's interesting, you know, a lot of men that come with their mother change the history of Jerusalem. You have any other? Constantine, for example. Any other ideas?
Excellent.
Think about it, there are a few more. He doesn't come with his mother. No, actually he does. Yeah, that's true.
He come
does.
with
But, yeah,
from his mother.
Not the most important time. Herod, yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, so the mother always meddles, yeah? Also,
Solomon's.
David, yeah, and Solomon, they all have meddling mothers, right? Meddling mothers. Anyway, so he comes with his mother, the Countess, and like many other pilgrims in that time, we're talking about the 70s. First of all, they're inside of the city. There's not a lot outside of the city. I showed you, it's this plot is, everything here is empty. And they see the condition in the old city, and they see the French hospital, and they say, "This is incredible. Yeah? It cannot be, we have to fix it." So he goes and buys at the end, 6 pieces of land that were just here. Okay, where you see this building and the other building, and all this building over here, and also where the train tracks walk around. Also, he bought that. The street was not so big, I'll show you later, was not so big as it is here. So he bought this land, and he decided that the first thing that needs to be done is what? It's a hospital. He goes back to France, he gets the money, he raises the money. The French government is more than happy to pay to help. Why? They want to show their
Contribution.
their involvement, especially because most of the buildings in the Russian compound are already standing. You have to understand that most of the buildings in the Russian compound were built in the 60s. Some of them later, but most of them were built in the 60s. So this is like a new city, you know, and it has a lot of impact. And the pilgrims come and they see that and they say, oh my God, you know, this is amazing. They have a lot of strength. And the French see that and said, oh my God, they have a lot of strength. We need to do something as well. So the first hospital is they built is the St. Louis Hospital. And the sister of Saint Joseph keep them in there, and it's